Yeah guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, so today is a beautiful day. Yes, I decided to make this video for people who wants to come into Canada, just for them to have an experience of a bit of my story side when it comes to my Canadian visa processing, right? Okay, so yes, it started like when I finished my school in 2019. For those who know me, I schooled in Ukraine. 2019 I graduated, so I went to Nigeria. So I had a plan to go to what's it called, I had plans to travel to US, but US has always been very horrible for me because I've applied to US a couple of times and I was rejected. I don't know why. They just tell us unfortunately blah blah blah, you know that story. So yes, on this day, and my plan was to go to USA because I have family over there. So USA after my studies in Ukraine, but it turned out I tried it again, like I've always tried it at that time in 2019. It was failed. So I wanted to go there for studies as well, actually. So I don't know why they have always rejected me. USA don't like me. I didn't know that it was Canada that would accept me. Finally. So guys, it started like I had an agent who gave me an what's it called, option to try Canada, that Canada is really giving visa blah blah blah, we can just try it out, and if it doesn't work we'll know that we go back to US and stuff like that. So I was like, what's the guarantee that it's going to work? By the way, I didn't like Canada because I don't have a family member in Canada. I don't have anybody in Canada, so I preferred to go to US at that time. So at the time I accepted, it was during COVID time, it was in COVID period. So during that time I got admitted into UCW University, that's University Canada West in Vancouver. So I got admitted, they gave me admission. I was the one that got the admission by myself. It wasn't my agent that helped me, and that time we were trying to get admission, but most schools were not responding due to, was it, I think, yeah, most schools were not responding. I think that was the beginning of COVID was just coming. COVID-19 was just coming little by little, gradually at that time. So school were not really responding to applications. So I turned out to find out about UCW, my university currently, so online. And so I just entered mistakenly into their website, on their advert on Instagram. So before I know it, I didn't even do anything. I didn't contact them or anything, but they wrote me by themselves, and they're like, they saw that I entered their website, blah blah blah. Am I looking for admission? Blah, blah. Okay, I'm looking for admission. I'm a graduate of accounting and auditing in Ukraine. So I'm looking for admission for either accounting. I was looking for admission for accounting or auditing thing, but as it was, UCW didn't have they don't have that program. So I had to enroll into what they had, which was MBA program, which was still aligning with my degree, which is still okay to say I had what was it called, I had bachelor's in accounting and auditing, and I'm an MBA program, MBA student rather. So it's still okay to say. So I was like, okay, that's not a bad idea. I got the admission, and the admission came with the condition of paying $7,000 something Canadian dollars. So it came with that. That's the condition. So I had to pay it. I didn't get scholarship. I was supposed to get scholarship, but they asked for a few documents which I wasn't able to get at that present time. So it was, before I knew it, the scholarship opportunities ended. So I didn't get the opportunity to get scholarship. But I know a lot of people, a lot of people rather, have scholarship from UCW. They are actually on scholarship, and I paid $8,000 before the admission was fully given to me. So I paid $8,000, and the way I paid it was like, for those that don't know, I wanted to do bank transfer, like a swift transfer rather, but it wasn't possible due to Nigerian and something like this, and it was just taking a lot of time. So I ended up paying it through someone. So the person paid them a Canadian dollar, Canadian, paid them into Canadian accounts straight away, and we gave him naira in Nigeria, you get it. So that was how we paid that. So at the time I got the admission, COVID-19 was already approaching, and then I wanted to apply for the visa, and then I was trying to gather all my documents, like police reports from Ukraine, which was going to be very important, Nigerian police report, and a lot of other documents. There are a lot of other documents. And then I was supposed to apply, but because of COVID-19 I had to wait a little while before I could apply, because I couldn't get all the documents done at very fast. So I had to wait. Before I knew it, after some time, I got all my documents. My admission at that time already expired before I got my documents ready. So I had to ask for an extension of admission, so which I did, and UCW did it very fast as usual. They're always very fast in their, you know, I like them so much when it comes to fast, quick response. So they responded and they changed my admission for me. My agent applied on my behalf. All my documentations, I got it done almost by myself. My agent didn't help me in trying to get my documents done for me. I did them by myself. That's just basically what it is. But it goes through everything for me. You know, I'm saying this for people that will say, let me, they want to have his number. You can have his number, but I'm trying to tell you like exactly what he did for me. So don't expect too much of him, because my brother almost did everything by myself, except from the fact that he applied for me, like he was the one that applied to the immigration himself, not me. So I got my admission by myself. I speak to school by myself. So so I got my document, and then I got the admission date changed, and then I applied in 2020. In 2020, when I applied, it was pandemic situation at that time, and the response was very, very slow, or they were not even responding. At some point when I applied, they were not responding at all to applications, to some certain applications, like student application at that time, student applications, and some other applications, tourist and visits, all of those applications. They were not responding to it. It was just strictly what's it called, work visa, when it comes to the works that can help in treating COVID, when it comes to doctors, nurses, and some other works like that. And when it comes to food production kind of work too, those were the work permits they were replying to at that time. So I ended up waiting like 9 months. I applied in 2020, right? Big Brother Niger was when, okay, so I applied in 2020, I think February. I applied 2020 February, and I got a response in September something, like September, almost the ending of September. So that took about, I don't know how many months, I think 8 months or so. So it was because of the fact that they were not responding at the time I applied. It was after, you know, after some time, after some months that COVID was just coming down, then they started replying to student visas. So I got my response in 2020 September. My application took about 8 months to get anything from Canadian Embassy. So, and the response came, and for those of you that are Nigeria, that night was actually the Big Brother Nigeria night. I mean, Big Brother Niger. Big Brother, is it Big Brother Niger or Big Brother Africa? That's Nengi time, like that. So it was that time, was that day of final got gone that they replied to me. And my brother didn't want to tell me, because it was one that the agent was talking to, and he was going to feed me back. So the agent told him, but he wasn't going to tell me because he wanted me to enjoy my Big Brother final, watching, you know, enjoy everything before he tells me the sad news. So he came in like, boom, your application has been rejected. you do not qualify for you know, they just put all the conditions there. So when I went through it, I found out that they wrote that my bank statement was not good enough. My bank statement doesn't show it shows everything, but like it's not like stable. According to them, my bank statement was not stable. And then my, what is it again, my bank statement was not stable, and they told me I'm welcome to reapply if I think I can what is it. So, and at that time I used my father's bank statement, right? And it was during that COVID time, so the bank statement wasn't really showing income and outcome, like inflow and outflow of it, because of COVID time. Every businesses were down and everything, so the bank statement was not really stable. So that was the major reason why they rejected my application. So after that time I was told to reapply. So there is this thing that they used to request for the GCMC notes, or the GCMC request, I don't know how to put it. So that thing will tell you request for it, you know. I think it's only those that are in Canada, like those, the Canadian citizenship or Canadian what's it called, permanent resident, that can request for it. So somebody requested for it on my behalf that was in Canada. So the normal reason they will give out to you is always a common reason for everyone. It's always common for everyone, bank statement, blah 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 blah. But always there's something on the consular's mind when they are going through your documents, right? So is in that GCMC that they used to write it when they reject you or something like that. So it is advisable for you to always request for that thing if you are being rejected. Unluckily, I'm not praying rejection for you, but then if that happens, it's always advisable for you to request for that thing, GCMC, and then you know the reason why you are being rejected, exact reason why you're being rejected, right? When I requested for it, they told me, they wrote it in it, it took about, I think, 6 weeks for it to get to me. It was online thing, like for it to be out, it took about 6 weeks. 6 weeks. So when I requested for it, they told me in it, I found out that they said my bank statement is not strong enough or something like that. And then my father, they said my father has a small complaint, which I don't understand. Probably with the way we presented it, we didn't get the documents fully to back everything up. So it's always good when you have your documents, like if you are talking to them in your SOP, for example, back everything backable, like give them documents. It's never too much, as long as it's real documents. Documents are never too much. They want to see everything, because you know Canadian thing is like, there's no how you explain yourself with mouth to them. They are only seeing your papers. They can't ask you a direct question. So it is usually better when you prepare yourself, when you get all the documents, the one they asked for and the one that is not even, that they didn't ask for. While you are talking about them in your SOP, you put those documents to back them up. So probably that was what they saw about my father's complaint. And it was like, and in the normal reply that they gave to me, they didn't talk about my father's complaint being small or being this or blah 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 like that. So they didn't talk about it. So that was one thing that came out from the GCMC that wasn't actually noted in the response they gave at first. So one, the bank statement is not strong enough. 1, 2, the company is a small one and they are not sure if they could sponsor me. And thirdly, they said I have applied to the almighty US and I was rejected. I don't know how that should affect a new application to this. That is US. I was rejected. It doesn't matter that you should reject me also just because of the fact that I applied to US some times ago and I was rejected. What if US don't like me? What if US don't just want to welcome me, you know? So I don't know. Those were the 3 reasons they wrote in the GCMC report. That was in the first time I wrote SOP when I was applying to Canadian Embassy. The first time I wrote it myself, so my agent just went through it. I didn't use my father's company again. I used my uncle's company as my sponsor. It was I used, like, it's my cousin, my uncle that's going to sponsor me, not my father, in the second situation when I was applying. So I backed it up. I gave them all the document that is needed. Bank statement was inflow and houseflow, everything was okay, like very okay, and the company itself is very okay. And then he made some documents that is going to sponsor me. So that was how I addressed the first issue. The second issue, and the first and second issue, which was the bank statement as well, the bank statement and the company, they kind of work together. So that was how I addressed that. And for the US, I just wrote to them that, okay, yes, I applied to US for studies. I was actually going to do my master's there, but the US didn't give me visa, and I didn't understand why they didn't give me. I wasn't told anything, that the reason for my rejection. They just told me I'm not qualified for going to US, I mean for the visa. So that was how I addressed that. And they told me, they said that US said I am welcome to reapply if I want to reapply. So that means it's not as if I was banned from applying to US, or I was banned or something like that. So I don't know, why would you say because I applied to US and then you're not giving me visa? Because, you know, I don't know. So that was how I addressed those 3 issues. So it's usually best for you, before you reapply, don't always be in a rush. Canada is not a place that you want to come and you are rushing, or in the next 6 months you are going to get here. No, you have to calm down, though it's possible in some situations, but it's very rare. So you have to really calm down to make sure your documentations are right 100%. There's no fishy thing in your documents, and you know, get everything done. And for example, if you're rejected the first time, before you reapply, don't rush. Make sure you do that, and GCMC, whatever, make sure you do it to know exactly what was in the mind of the consular when they were going through your documents. Because if you don't do it, you will not address the main issue. You only address the issue they tell you, the response they tell you, that's what you're going to address. So there's still possibility that you are still going to have issues in your second application. If you are not lucky, you might not be given the visa again the second time, because you did not address the main issue. So what people do is request for that GCMC thing, and you see the exact problem that your application is having, and then you make sure to address it before you apply the second time, before you reapply. So that was it. And I applied the second time. It took so long before I got my documents together, and I got my documents ready. I changed my admission, because at that time again my admission expired. I changed my admission about 3 to 4 times before, and it's because of document, like document is not complete. Before I know it, admission is almost expired, admission is expired, boom, I have to change it again. And due to the fact that my university was always very fast in response, so it was easy. If you are dealing with a university that is not really fast in their response, it might be difficult for you to just change your admission so fast at the tip of your hands like that. So it's usually better when you're planning your always put your admission time forward, so you don't have to always go back to change your admission. And changing it is because of my university was really fast. If it was other universities, to take time. So that's why I advise, if you are getting your admission, get a very long admission that is going to keep you ahead, not that the one that will back you, you know, that will keep you behind, or because you want to change admission when your documents are ready. So in a nutshell, I applied again in 2021, April, May, something like that, and I got a response back in September 27th or so. And it was a positive response. When I got okay, the first response came as, go and do your medical, because I didn't do my medical. I was just like, these people, I don't know, like I wasn't just feeling that excitement to do the medicals. Some people usually do it before they request for it, and they keep it. So when they request for it, they just send it to them without wasting time. Because also booking medical medical appointments always takes time. And already anybody who knows that once they say go and do your medicals, you have like 90%, 99.9% already. So I was just rolling on the floor like, oh my goodness. Like, really? Okay, I I still didn't believe it. I was like, okay, let's get this medical done. They gave me 30 days, I think, to do the medical. They gave me 30 days to do the medical. So they got back to me again, telling me that I should go and submit my visa, blah blah blah. I should go and submit my passport. I was extremely happy at that time because I was frustrated already in Nigeria. I didn't want to stay in Nigeria anymore. My mind was not there. You know, the feeling of I'm coming back from Ukraine to Nigeria in 2019, and I was feeling like immediately I get to Nigeria, I'm not going to even stay 1 month. And I was already staying 1 year, 2 years, for God's sake. So it was like everything was just annoying already. So when I got there, I was like, wow, so this was still actually going to happen to me. My life, like, I was so glad. So I was in Lagos, so I went to visa application center, the one in Lagos Island. Yeah, the one in Lekki. So that was the one I went to. And I got there. They said they don't take passport. I thought I was going to submit it in person to them there. So they said no, that I'm not going to submit it directly, that I will send it through UPS. So our office is just beside the place, the VFS building. So I went there. So when I submitted it, I was tracking it. I found out that the passport was still in Lagos. I was like, move my passport from Lagos to Abuja or from and the thing is, when they replied me, they wrote from Nairobi, you get, from Kenya. So that was the response. So I was thinking my passport is going to go to Kenya for the pass and for the visa stamping, but no, it went to Abuja instead of Kenya. So I was like, you people should move this thing. This passport is still going a long way. Why are you keeping it? I had to call them. They said I should calm down. That's how it takes for everyone. That my own is not going to be the different one, blah blah blah. Okay, no problem. So I had to calm down. So when I was tracking it, I found out that I went from Lagos to Abuja, from Abuja to the HME center in Abuja, I think. So they returned it from the IME back to Abuja, something office, I don't know, and then they returned it back to Lagos. And at that time, you want to know something? Like the day I got my passport, looking like I was looking at my visa and my passport like this, like really. So the passports came back, and then yes, that's just basically what it is. I just wanted to show you this information to know exactly how the process went, in case you are trying to do the same thing, so that you know how you're going to go about it. So if you need any information further about this processing thing, you can let me know in the comment section, and I will always be glad to help you. So that's just it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like my video, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my other videos. Don't forget